What are some healthy ways you cope with stress or anxiety?
Uh, um, some healthy ways that I cope with anxiety is just by, I guess, listening to music. It really I have a certain playlist where I'm like, okay, it levels out everything and I'm okay. Or I try to run every once in a while, so I feel okay and at peace with myself. So that's pretty much what I do.
What's the best advice you can give someone who's struggling with mental health?
I guess it's to find certain ways that you can, I guess, just distract yourself and also relieve yourself instead of staying in a bubble and just coping with everything and bottling up. You should just find other ways to express it. So, yeah.
What are some healthy ways you cope with stress or anxiety?
Making sure I give myself enough time off school work. So either go for a walk, watching movies, taking enough time for myself.
What are some healthy eating tips and tricks you follow?
Okay, so some eating tips I follow is kind of I try going on a schedule so I don't miss a meal. As a college student, I have homework, I have to study, I have a lot of things I have to do during the day. So I try having a schedule being okay, well, at this time I'll make breakfast, lunch, and dinner so I won't skip a meal because I'm so busy doing stuff. And I'm trying to be healthy, trying to eat some good food and not just eating junk food all day. So I try going out and I try being with people so I know, okay, well, you know what, let's all go eat together and everything, trying to help each other, I guess, trying to eat healthy.
That is so true. So true.
What does mental health mean to you?
So mental health for me means, I guess, having a good support system. It means being aware of that you're not going through it alone, that there are other people going through it, and just speaking about it, telling people that you know that you feel comfortable talking to, and just knowing that it's okay not to be okay. I know that sounds like a bunch of people say that, but I feel like it's very important to just remember it and to tell yourself that you're gonna be okay, that today might not be the day, but tomorrow might be. So just keeping that in mind and just trying to make the best out of bad situations.
What's the best advice you can give someone who's struggling with mental health?
So something that I would give advice to with somebody that's struggling with mental health is make sure that make time for yourself. So if you make a chart with today I'm going to do this assignment, make sure you make time so you can be able to relax, just have time for yourself to not be stressing over classes, any other stress that you can think about. Just make sure you take time to relax, find something. If you just want to go and walk around the campus or wherever you are, just make sure you take time for yourself each day, or try to do it however, a couple times a week, just to help with so you won't be stressed or you won't feel anxiety.
What are some healthy ways you cope with stress or anxiety?
So some ways that I cope with stress or anxiety is I have a table where I have all my homework. So because I get stressed out with when I have to do all of my assignments. So writing a table or having a planner to write down, have all the assignments down helps. So it's not just in my head thinking, oh, I have all these assignments. So it helps just have it all in paper to know when I have to turn in assignments and stuff. And also taking time to myself. If I want to just walk around, just walk, just think, just relax, and not having to stress about school or anything else. Just take time just to think and to relax. So that's something that I do.
It's pretty good. What's the best advice you can give someone who's struggling with mental health?
Something for me, I think, is that we have CAPS on campus, and I think going there is really helpful, especially if you're struggling with something that's been traumatic. And I think that being able to find help for yourself is important. Self-care is important, and I know it's hard sometimes to take care of ourselves, but it's helpful to think of it as not just you, but if you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to help anybody around you, and how are you going to help your friends? So I think being able to find and seek help to help you, to help others. Yeah.
What does mental health mean to you?
I think mental health means is how your overall well-being is, I guess your brain, kind of how you wake up in the morning and how you feel and how you're going about your day, whether it's stressful or you're in a good place. I think it's everything involved, especially when it comes to school.
What does mental health mean to you?
To me, mental health means basically just making sure that no matter how overworked you are, you can have some time to kind of relax and think about yourself throughout the day. Because I work a full-time job as well as being a student, And so I like to always, at the end of my day, no matter what I've done, just kind of take some time to myself before I start working on more homework or anything, and just kind of reflect and just think about myself and making sure that I am doing okay.
What are some healthy eating tips and tricks you follow?
Well, definitely drinking water is a big thing. So keeping hydrated and having water with mainly every meal and like cutting down on sugars. I feel like that it helps people focus and like know what they want, like, and able to like being able to be healthy without even trying. So yeah.
What does mental health mean to you?
It means stability, emotionally, mentally.
What are some healthy ways you cope with stress or anxiety?
Definitely like watching social media or like Netflix or TV shows. I feel like seeing other people's drama helps me stay away from my drama. So seeing other people like stress and not like seeing myself stress, like it derives me from what I'm going through, and it helps me stress or like be chill, I guess.
What's the best advice you can give someone who is struggling with their mental health?
Speak up, reach out to those around you. There's a lot of resources like No Healing Campus that should be taken advantage of. So speak up.